What is up, good people? Jungle Inc. here. Hope you're doing well. Been a little bit sick here, but there's too much going on. Had to jump on here with my mobile recording studio here just to talk to you about some really big things. First of all, yesterday, Lark Davis. Most people in the XRP community don't favor him, but he did a fairly pro-XRP video, and I think it's really important. We're going to break it down why. I don't think he's going to be the last semi-anti-XRP influencer that's going to jump on the train here. It's just an indicator of where things are going. We have a really hot battle for who is going to be the next SEC chair. Wanted to add a little discussion here, not tell you who I want to be SEC chair, but who I think it very well may be and why and what that means. And lastly, if you haven't noticed, there seems to be a lot of collaboration going on between American crypto blockchain companies and developers, and that could be really exciting, so we're going to get into it. First of all, let's start out with Lark. Again, a lot of people in XRP do not like Lark Davis. A lot of times he's fairly, bearish about XRP. In yesterday's video titled, "Is it too late to buy XRP?" he said no, that likely the XRP token would go to $6 or $7 a coin, even though he admitted might go higher, $10, $11, something like that. Everyone's got a price prediction. I don't really care about that. It's fairly meaningless until we see things develop. This is why it's so important. If you're an XRP investor, you might not listen to Lark Davis. We don't need the hardcore to get more excited about this. We need XRP to be introduced to new investors. We want new money flowing in. And I think he presents a really compelling argument for those that have yet to get into XRP to maybe consider doing so. Because remember this, what's the highest XRP has been in the last 7 years? Well, about $1.80, right? What's it at right now? $1.10. That's not so, appealing if you don't know a lot about XRP. And he makes the statement that XRP will likely outperform Bitcoin from current prices to the top of this market by a factor of 2 to 3. And I think that's correct also for Ethereum. So if you're buying a large cap crypto, you're not buying some micro crypto or something middle of the road, number 50, number 40. If you want to invest in the more secure cryptos but get better performance, XRP is a great path for that, and that will make a lot of sense to a lot of investors out there. And again, you're going to see more people pitching this idea, which is absolutely correct. You likely, if you put $1 in today, you're going to get better returns from now to the top of the market from XRP than you likely will from Bitcoin or Ethereum. And you're going to see more of these influencers like Lark make these statements, and that's going to lead to more new money coming flooding in, especially now that we have, of course, Coinbase online and Robinhood and all of these platforms that you could not buy XRP previously during a bull run. Now you can. Now the new money comes flooding in. It's going to make all the difference. Whether you like Lark or not, I think it's a very bullish signal there, and the first of many. Who's going to be the next SEC chair? That's the hot topic today, and for good reason. And you have a lot of great choices here, and almost all of them are going to be better than Gary Gensler, let's be honest. But, we have Dan Gallagher. He's the head of Robinhood Legal right now. I like that idea because he understands firsthand the trouble from market participants, how they don't know the rules are clear, what we need to do for the market to succeed. I think Dan would be great, but the problem is Dan has a really cush job that got a whole heck of a lot better. Is he going to want to give that up? Probably not. As crypto investors, crypto enthusiasts, Brad Bondi is probably the most bullish candidate we could get. He's just going to dismantle everything the SEC is doing. We hope he gets pushed through, or Brian Brooks. Either of those two would be fantastic. John Reed Stark, former head of SEC enforcement, very anti-crypto, he says if we get Brad Bondi as a crypto enthusiast, get your popcorn ready. It's going to be fireworks. We want that. But this is the issue. I put up an article on junglelinkxrp.com. It'll be linked down below if you want to read through it. And it's titled, "You Don't Always Get What You Want. Stebbins may be SEC chair." And in this article, I discuss, the crypto enthusiasts, specifically XRP investors, Ripple the company. We don't want him. He's part of the whole ETHgate thing. He was on the email chain. He was planning with both Hinman and Clayton, and we just don't want to go there. Like, why might he be the pick? Well, if you notice, Jay Clayton, who I think his influence is massive. He's working directly with the Trump transition team. Jay Clayton gave up a really cush job as director at Apollo Group, making a lot of money. going on CNBC and jibber-jabbering about crypto regulations. Like, he's living the life, and he's given that up to go over to the U.S. Attorney, Southern District of New York, to do something for the Trump administration. They have big plans for him. He's one of the first to get announced. And you have to believe he's going to get some say in who he's going to work with at these different regulatory departments. And I think when you look at the crypto industry, they spent big in this election, but everything on the congressional races. They did not contribute to the presidential race. They did not contribute directly to Trump's campaign. Had they done some big spending there, they might have more say-so. But it's my guess that in this instance, I think John Clayton is going to have, more sway over what the Trump transition team decides to do here than the crypto industry. They went all in on Congress, so now they got to hope that Congress is going to pass those laws. If they had spent a little more money in the actual presidential race, well, that might give you a little more leverage right now to influence these picks. This is the big deal, though. We saw with Gary Gensler. He wasn't necessarily anti-crypto, but when he got in his job, Elizabeth Warren said, you're going to fight against cryptocurrencies. You're going to go after, you're going to shut this down. And that's what he did. And I expect the next SEC chair to react much the same. And we know this administration is going to be more friendly to cryptocurrencies, and general regulations will be scaled back a little bit. So it's going to be a much better environment. It's just to what degree. Again, if we get Bondi, if we get Brooks, if we get Gallagher, any number of people, it's going to be like rockets going off, crazy town. If we end up with Stebbins, it's not as good as it could have been. And maybe that could have been changed had they contributed a little bit more directly to the presidential campaigns. They just didn't. And I think that's going to bite them a little bit here in the end. If I had to guess, I think Jay Clayton's going to get his way. All right, the last surprising or a little bit surprising of a development we've seen is this collaboration between a lot of people within cryptocurrencies, where the bulk of their development or their main heads are here in the United States. These are global networks. They got people all over the place. But, we heard now that Charles Hoskinson, he's talking directly with David and the team at Ripple. And they're really looking in depth at liquidity and bridges and bringing RLUSD on the Cardano network, and possibly some integration of Midnight. That's their privacy coin layer. Really would be for institutional payments. It's regulatory compliant, but gives institutions a privacy solution. So this could really bear a lot of fruits. And now today he also announced that he's in talks with Jed McCaleb and probably what they can do in an interoperable way with Stellar and everything they're doing over there. Pretty interesting as you see these American companies coming together to see how there might be some synergy there. Does anything eventually come of this? Only time will tell. You never know with this kind of stuff. Sometimes it fizzles out and nothing comes of it. But it would be interesting to see these companies working together to build, more interesting and interoperable systems. Now that, the U.S. environment will be a better place to operate in, and they could really combine a lot of their synergies to make this a powerhouse, to make the United States a powerhouse in cryptocurrencies. Let me know what you think down below. As always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.